Bags filled with sand, iron bells with handles, women who are Colombian, and my favorite flip-flop sandals. These are a few of my favorite things. You may remember last week's award-winning episode where we talked about the Turkish get-up. And we talked about that very first important step of that get-up being the ground to elbow, where a lot of people are looking for that opportunity to do an ab crunch, even though it's so much more than an ab crunch. It's an integrative core exercise. There's a lot more steps. There's 7 steps, as I've talked about before, from going from the ground to standing on both feet. The get up to the elbow being a very important part. The other very important part that I want to talk about today to kind of close up this is that transition piece where I'm seated on the floor and now I need to come up to my knee. Remember, you can be holding on to your kettlebell. You can use your favorite beloved ultimate sandbag for this. But a lot of people, when they get to this spot, so they're up on their elbow, they find their hand to the ground, whether they're holding on their kettlebell or they've got that bag on their shoulder, this is a tricky spot for them because it's a serious push-up. You have to drive up off the ground, and then you have to put this knee exactly where you need it to be so you can rise up. A lot of people will shortchange that, and then they're not able to get here, so they have to make a couple more steps. So this push-up and what I would call it a side plank to get into this position to transition from the ground to the knee. A lot of people struggle on the way up, and then a lot of people, boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of prayers going on the way down where they're like, dear God, don't let me die. And then they crash, and they bruise their butt, and they hurt my floor. So what I'm going to introduce you to is, in the DVRT universe, a leg thread. But not just a leg thread, we're going to go to a half leg thread. So we're going to begin this exercise, this drill, on a knee. From here, we'll put the bag on top of the shoulder. So what I'm looking at now, this is my top part of that get up to come down. Now we want to make sure that whatever side the bag is on, that foot's wide open. I will windshield wipe this back leg. Again, we don't want that bag to give you the smooch on the cheek. We want to hold that bag away from our face. Not just for that purpose, but for the purpose of lighting up that core. So our core can light up like a Christmas tree in December. Now from here, I'll slide. I'm going to hinge my hips back as I look up to the ceiling because this is going to help prevent that bag from giving me that kiss. Now, push up. I'm pushing into the ground with my left hand and my right foot, and then seamlessly, effortlessly, I will thread my leg back. Now, what am I experiencing here? I'm experiencing a serious side plank right down that left side. Bringing this leg back in, not to push, but to pull myself back up off the floor. So once more, hinge. Own the spot here. Don't take that leg out until you feel secure with this front foot and this side hand. Hold that bag in tight. Thread that leg. Those toes are pointing forward, not down. And I want to make sure that I don't lean back with that leg or that I sink down. So this is my side plank as I pull myself back in, pull myself back up. When we can offer those solutions instead of exercises to improve people, to improve that get up, being able to effortlessly go from the ground to standing, that's pretty serious. Serious is our job. Better is our business. You're welcome.